coaches across America share the same concern. The best way to prevent is educate, and I think fear, and I think letting know what happens if you are caught in this situation. So there's no question a video like this and any type of education is the best answer.
So the videos that we're in the process of creating, you think would be an effective tool to reach high school players even?
Oh, I think for sure, because I think that's where it actually starts.
That's his mother and father. His mother drained her retirement account. She's a school teacher, to pay his legal bills. She also, in addition to draining her retirement account, put a $20,000 mortgage on her house to pay his legal bills. What's his consequences? Well, all this talent, just like you strong guys that got in front of the room, all that strength in the weight room. But if you get tied up with the wrong stuff, even with all that strength and the best 40 time on the planet, you end up in spaces like this. He will never run through this tunnel, SEC at Vanderbilt, to the welcoming, adoring fans. That won't happen. The only tunnel that he goes through or went through is connected from the courthouse to the jail. I know that because I went to visit him. He thought he would end up in close proximity to the stadium where the Tennessee Titans play, which is almost in walking distance from where he's incarcerated. But this is where he is. You go up to the second floor to check in to visit. And even on the second floor, they have barbed wire outside the door. This is the employee bathroom at the jail. So can you imagine what the jail is like for the inmates on the inside? You go up the elevator. You got debris, dirty, crusted food and stains all over the place. You go through this checkpoint. It's the hallway you walk down to go visit. Does that look clean? When you go see him, he's on the other side of this wall, this glass, and you speak through a crusty screen. These are the stalls, each stall with a window that you look through to see him, and a very uncomfortable steel stool. The food is horrible. Not like you ate for dinner. And so if you want to get a little something extra and you want to buy a can of tuna fish, $5. Ramen noodles, 1 pack, $2.50. Who can afford that?
The chapter is not closed on some of the other players involved in that fateful night. 2 of the other football players in dorm room 213 that night, Jaboria McKenzie and Brandon Banks, have been charged for the assault. Their trial date has not yet been determined.
We need another chair.
The videos show Brandon Banks taking intimate and inappropriate photos of her body.
2 of the individuals have been tried. 1 has been sentenced. The other is going to be sentenced on September 30th. He is looking at 15 to 25 years. There are 2 others that are awaiting. Mr. Maurice Banks and Brandon Banks, can you please come down? SEC, baby. Vanderbilt. You have a seat right here in the center. Either way. He was recruited by University of Georgia. He was offered by Georgia. Here. I want to ask them a couple questions and have them talk to you. First of all, I want to thank them because they drove 9 hours to get here yesterday. Brandon, tell us what life is like now.
It's a lot of stress. I don't know where I'll be in the next few months. I don't know if I'll be able to take care of my family in years to come. But that isn't what gives me the most stress. The most stress that I deal with is waking up knowing I can't see the girl and talk to her face to face and apologize for not being her hero. And I mean, there's a lot of cost. I mean, we pay for lawyers and traveling to and from Maryland to Tennessee to meet with the lawyers and meet with DA.
I'm running 10 minutes.
Nothing even compares to what she's had today. And I'm telling you guys, like, having that feeling on your heart is terrible. Like, I mean, we can lose games, we can lose championships, but when you know you failed a female that really needed you, that's what really hits home. That's what really hurts the most.
PA in high school.
Cumulative 3.5.
3.5, Jim. Last question, I'm going to come to Dad. And Dad, thank you for coming. What's been the impact on your family? In particular, your sister, because I called her and I found out that she was getting some other kind of communication. So what's been going on with your family?
Like I said, I mean, I feel like going through this, I feel like I let everyone down. You know, my family, my community, everybody who helped me get to that point. I just feel like I let them all down. My sister, she's at work. People are calling her phone about me, and, you know, her Facebook is blowing up about me. It's like, you wear that name on the back of your jersey with pride, and when you do something like this, like I tell kids at the camp that I help out with, right now you guys all excuse me, have the spotlight of being at Georgia. And you feel like, you know, you're a superstar and you can't do any wrong, but when something like this happens, that spotlight doesn't go away. You still have the same huge light that you have now, except for they're not showing the touchdown that you run, or, you know what I'm saying, the big hits that you have. They're showing this on TV, on the news. And your friends and your family are looking at you like, man, like, what type of dude are you? You know, they're not gonna call you and ask you, well, did it really happen? Us being athletes, we're looked up to around the campus. And we gotta start being heroes, guys. Like, I wasn't her hero, and that drives me crazy. Because I have a sister. I have, of course, a mother. I have a niece that's at Wisconsin right now. And every day I pray that if she does happen to be in this situation, that there's a guy that is much stronger than me and is just a better man that can get her out of that situation and not do what I did and just prevent it from happening.
Okay. Thank you. And Dad, talk about the impact on family from your perspective.
It's hard. It gets to the point that you cherish moments when you're not thinking about it. You know, every day at our home, I'm a youth pastor, and every day in my house when we have prayer, we pray for the young lady. And it's a cloud. I mean, it's tough to cook on the grill, it's tough to cut the grass, and you're not thinking about what might happen. And so you get to a point that when you get distracted, at least a moment where you don't have to think about this, you cherish it. We friends, you know, people we thought were our friends were immediately accusatory. And we lost a lot of friends, a lot of people that were, you know, in your phone, you end up having to delete. You can't go anywhere without somebody asking you about it. You know, my daughter's Facebook page, it's just tough. It's a burden that everybody in our home bears. It's a prayer that everybody in our home has every day for grace and for mercy. our hope is that somehow God touches her life and can encourage her and strengthen her, that she can overcome this. My daughter was pregnant when she was abused, beaten. And so I know what it's like to try to bring somebody back to recover their self-esteem.
It's right there for you. You know, a lot of times people can come and talk at you, but this is real life. 428, gentlemen. 5'11", outstanding press corner.
But once Lauren saw her later that day, red flags went up.
First saw her, it was, my immediate reaction was, whoa, like what happened to me?
She even took a photo of what looked like injuries on her friend's buttocks.
You can clearly see some bruising on the butt cheek along with some red handprint, well, what appears to be some sort of imprint on her butt.
She testified for a friend and received death threats. She's traumatized. It didn't even happen to her, but her friend. So again, I tell you, it's not just that individual. There's a whole tree of other people that you don't see that you hurt. Lauren Miller, Mitchell Powell. Did not have a chance to put his picture up there, but he is a gentleman. When they say, jury, have you reached the verdict? And he says, yes, sir, Your Honor, we have. We find the defendant guilty. Lauren, I'd like for you to share with these folks here the impact on you. And I also want to give you some side comment. I had to be very careful because I couldn't show this video with her sitting here. She couldn't sit here and see Brandon. She knows he's here. But that bubbles up the trauma. So share with them the impact.
Basically, ever since it happened, just nothing was ever the same again. Friendships were ruined. All of our lives who were even remotely involved were ruined. I was captain of the dance team going into my senior year at Vandy, was really hopeful for just an awesome senior year.